Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the Trail of Cthulhu First Edition tabletop role-playing game rules by Pelgrane Press. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this show may include mature themes and scenes. All content, including names, places, events, and so forth, which may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or eldritch, is strictly coincidental. My name is Rena Henze, and for tonight's game, I will be your keeper. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Old Ways Podcast. I'm your keeper, Keeper Mav, and tonight we are bringing you another thrilling episode of Silver Screams, our 1930s Trail of Cthulhu campaign. Nothing at all of interest happened in the last episode, nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. Everything is totally fine. Before we get to cast introductions, I'd like, as always, to thank all of you, our wonderful listeners, and all of you, especially our Patreon supporters. We could not do what we do without you and your support, so thank you so much. If you'd like to support us and see what we have to offer on Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast, where we have many other delicious delights to entertain you with that you will find only there. And now let's get to some introductions. To my right.
Hi, I'm Bunny. I play Yvonne, Alethea, Joy, St. Cyr. Whatever, it's fine. And our pronouns are she, her, and I'm your friendly neighborhood makeup artist that is increasingly more panicked.
Wonder why?
Yeah.
Not like you have anything to worry about. Not like there was a very disturbing note left for you or anything last episode. Definitely not. And next to Yvonne?
Yes, I am Nichelle Schneider. I am playing Lilith St. Cyr, an actress who... there's a lot of things going on right now. So we'll find out. And we both go by she, her pronouns.
There's never not something going on. It's a movie set. It's totally normal. Fair. At the end of the table?
Hello, I'm Perry Clark. I am playing Kingston Biko Garvey. I'm your stagehand and set designer, and wondering whether I need to put in new protections around myself, because somebody's basically breaking into my thoughts and dreams.
How dare they? And we are once again in the missing kit formation this evening, so I will say, last but not least...
Hello, my name is Courtney, and I am playing Sophia Reed. We both use she, her pronouns. Sophia is a seamstress, and she's really quite proud of the heartfelt letter she left her good friend.
It was a good letter. Very good letter, indeed. All right, so let's dive into this evening. It is now evening by the time the three of you, Yvonne, Kingston, and Lilith, have finished your conversations, read a certain letter, and started off looking for your friend. Most people have gone home for the evening. You still see the light on in Director Moore's office. He's going to be working late, more than likely. But there's not a whole lot of people around as you move through the studio lots. Where are you headed?
I'm following Miss Joy, because she knows where this is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're all following Yvonne's lead, heading down to Sublot C. And it's a warm night, it's a humid night, and the air feels a bit soupy as you move through it. It's plastering your hair to your heads. It's a good thing you're not asthmatic, or it'd be a little bit hard to breathe out here, but you are moving as quickly as you can with a certain sense of purpose, let's say, especially you, Yvonne, who are worried about your friend. And you make your way to Sublot C. It's a smaller lot than A or B, and definitely larger than E. Definitely smaller than E, which you were just on, Yvonne, a few hours ago. And it's, as described before, looks like it's mostly used for putting things that don't have a home anywhere else. It hasn't been filmed on in a while. There's set pieces and furniture and all sorts of things scattered around. And you walk into the lot and you see sitting against a stage, looking absolutely drained and exhausted, is Sophia. But it's not just Sophia. There is a young man with her. His arm is draped over her shoulder as if she was supporting him. He's wearing a white shirt, drenched in sweat. The sleeves are rolled up, collars unbuttoned, no tie, suspenders hanging at his sides. These dark brown trousers. He's got dark hair. He looks kind of slightly like Sophia, come to think of it, just in the facial structure. They're not twins or anything, but you can see a family resemblance, and he's leaning his head against hers. They're both breathing very heavily, and they look like they're in shock, and they look completely exhausted.
I will move quickly up to stop them and just try and get them to sit down as quickly as possible.
They are sitting. They're leaning against the stage.
All right. So I will immediately start offering first aid.
Kingston, what are you doing here?
We came looking for you.
Yvonne also runs over.
Oh, I think, yes. I'm sorry.
Without even needing to roll yet, Kingston, you can tell that Sophia seems very disoriented.
So I will pull from my bag a bottle of peppermint oil. And I just, here, sniff this.
She kind of scrunches her nose up at it a little bit, but breathes it in. She's just holding on tightly to this gentleman's arm. Thank you.
Take a few more sniffs. Just slow down and breathe. And I will start trying to do a basic first aid examination on him.
Okay, give me a first aid roll.
That is a 3. My first aid's at 2. I'm willing to spend a point on that.
So, Kingston, with the successful first aid roll, you determine that there's no physical injury to this young man. He seems exhausted. He's pale, he's shaking. You think he might be in shock. Shock from what? You're not sure. His eyes are kind of blank, as if he's barely noticing anything that's around him. He hasn't spoken. He's barely reacted to your presence. But you can wipe the sweat off. You can calm his breathing a little bit, just do some breathing exercises to get him to match subconsciously the rhythm of your own breathing as he calms. But he's definitely not well, even with no physical injury. But you're able to determine no broken bones or wounds or anything of the sort.
And I will offer up some water to him, because I'm sure he's probably dehydrated as well. Slowly. Just a few drops.
He takes the water, slowly drinks it. His eyes become a little bit more focused, and he blinks very slowly. All of his movements are slow, they're almost slightly out of sync.
I will offer him a piece of chocolate.
He takes it, and he stares at it like he's not quite sure what it is for a moment. And then you see him slowly, with kind of jerky movements, lift it up to his mouth and eat it. And he blinks again. And again, that jerky movement as his hand lowers.
Howard?
Howard. Yes. That's my name.
I'm going to take and squeeze Sophia's hand a little bit. Howard, I'm so glad we found you. It's very nice to meet you.
Sophia? He looks at his sister.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, it's okay, Howard. I'm really sorry. I'm so very tired. Could you maybe help us out of here, please?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Thank you.
They're okay. The These... He's stuttering a little bit.
Yes, Howard, they're my friends.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Yvonne Joy, and I'm a friend of your sister's, and it's an honor to finally get to meet you. And she'll offer to shake his hand.
He looks at your hand, and then he looks at his hand, and with those jerky movements that are becoming a little cleaner now, as if he's remembering how to use his limbs, he shakes your hand very gently.
She'll be very gentle back. We'll take you wherever you need to go. I'm assuming you haven't eaten in a while?
Eaten? No.
Okay. Yvonne will get up and offer them hands to get up with. I think we should get off this lot. What do you think? She'll turn to the others.
Kingston's just nodding yes.
I think we need to pause just for a moment. Is Sophia wearing anything outside of her usual garments?
No. She's wearing what Yvonne saw her in last.
Okay. This seems really fishy to Lilith. Because Sophia was literally just given what she most desired. I kind of want to see if I can sense trouble in this, I guess, or there may be a better ability, which you can tell me, Keeper. Maybe, but I'm trying to just figure out, kind of figuring out inside of, is this going to potentially cause more harm than good? Is this an illusion or something else we're not realizing?
Okay, give me a sense trouble roll. It's going to be more of an immediate, sensing if there's danger or anything to you here, based on that roll.
And to...
I'll also check my bottle.
Okay. Okay, Kingston, your bottle is clear.
I'll just sort of tuck it back into my pocket and nod, and I'll brace myself to be able to help Howard more.
How'd you do, Nichelle?
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So it's not an illusion, as far as you can tell. He seems solid enough. Kingston's helping him up.
How's Sophia?
Sophia seems dazed. And she seems like she's in shock, but you don't sense any danger in this space right now.
Okay. I will go ahead and focus on Sophia and start going through some of the things that you learn about when you're dealing with somebody with shock of can you tell me your name, how old you are, where do you last remember being, who are your parents, those sorts of questions. Nope, I rolled a 1.
All right, so you're trying to sort things out with her. You get her to answer the few basic questions, but she's in shock. And you don't know how to help her with that because that's not something in your skill set.
Okay.
What do you say we get you off this lot, out of here, some food in front of you, and maybe something calming and warm like tea, and we talk about what's next and where you need to go, and make sure you're both all right? We can use my car, it's okay.
I will meet you at the car. I'm going to go grab my bike. I don't think we can take them to most normal places. So, and then I'll look over at Lilith. I think we might need to take them to your family place.
I'm just going to go back in my memory to try to figure out my family's schedule. How late in the day is it?
It's about 7 p.m. at this point.
Okay.
It's also important to remember that Sophia and Kingston have both been invited to stay overnight at your family's place and have been most nights for the last 3 nights now. So it's been one big slumber party over there. So they're expected. Howard would be the wild card.
I think it's one of those things of my mom was going to take my younger siblings to go do an activity. So we have the house to ourselves this evening and just leftovers, but there's plenty of leftovers. And I'm certain we can find additional bedding for Howard.
While people have been walking and talking, Sophia's just started to hum an old familiar song, just trying to, something from her childhood that Howard would recognize as well.
It takes a moment, but he starts humming it with you, picking it up after a few bars. He's leaning his head against yours. He's got Kingston holding on to him on one side, but the other side is leaning his head against you as he's humming along.
I'm so glad that I found you, Howard.
Never leaving you again. Never.
Never.
And that seems to exhaust what speech he has. So, are you going to the St. Cyr house then?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way to the St. Cyr house, some of you by car, and then Kingston on his bike. And the house is quiet as Phyllis and the twins have left for the day, or for the evening. And you go in. Howard kind of stumbles a little bit on the stairs and has to be helped up. It's almost like his body isn't quite used to moving. Like he's not sure of his awareness of where his body is in space right now. It's coming back to him, but you can see still some of those slow, jerky movements and the difficulty with the steps up to the door. And you help him inside. Lilith, you can rustle up some leftovers for everyone. Seat Howard on the couch. Sophia sits next to him, holding his hand, unwilling to let go. And they both just kind of sit there, still slightly dazed looks on their faces.
I will start brewing a chamomile, sage, and just a touch of cinnamon tea for them.
I'll pass out some cold leftovers. I'm guessing it's been a rather hot day and everything, so I don't think Lilith is going to heat any of it up. And also the coolness of the food should also help with shock as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a hot day and it's a humid night, so not heating up the kitchen is a good idea. You take some cold meat sandwiches, essentially, pass them out to people. Howard picks it up and looks at it, then takes a huge bite, and it's like his appetite suddenly woke up because he starts devouring everything you put in front of him.
I'm gonna pull Lilith aside for a second. Considering he's either been trapped there, or more realistically, considering the state of him, trapped somewhere and then recently moved back there for her to find. Who knows how long it's been since he's been fed or hydrated himself. I think we might need to scrounge up more than we normally might. I'll help you with whatever I need to, but I don't think we're going to be dealing with a normal appetite here.
Probably not. But this does give me concerns.
Oh, absolutely. But what are we going to do? Try to separate her from her brother? That's not going to happen.
I wasn't suggesting that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, Sophie and I had a long talk about how getting her brother back might be a trap, and how it felt too good to be true, and how if she really can get her brother back and it's really him, then any cost would be worth it, even if it is a trap. And she has him back, and so I promised her, even if it is a trap, I would help her figure it out, especially if it's really her brother. And we would deal with whatever those consequences will be afterwards the best we can and get her out of that trap again. But I don't know what to do other than try to help him with shock, like you are also, and feed him and keep an eye on him. I don't know what else to do with that.
Yeah.
I want to keep a very close eye on him, to be clear.
Why don't you go ahead and scratch up a little extra? I'll see if I can pull Sophia off, even if it's just momentarily, to just double check. That poor dress that she's wearing probably needs to be changed out. It's probably giving her chills, to be honest. It seems like she sweated through it.
Yeah. I think the best we can do is keep a close, mindful eye, us in Kingston, and God, Kit, wherever Kit is, should be our next concern.
Do you have his address?
Yeah, I have his address. We can go check.
That might be good to do this evening.
I think it's weird that he hasn't been by since he's slept here with us the last couple nights. He agreed he didn't want to be alone either. So him not being here and not showing up today at work is very...
I might ask you and Kingston to check into that.
Yeah.
Since you have a car.
Of course. I'm happy to. I should probably also stop by my house and see if I've gotten any mail or word from anybody. So I'll go out and run errands and get any supplies we need, and
probably a little extra sandwich fixings would probably be a good idea.
I'll try it.
Also, pick up some broth if you can.
Okay. I'll head out before the stores close and get that taken care of then.
Make sure to take Kingston with you.
Okay.
We don't want a repeat of, and just kind of like point back into the room with Sophia and her brother and just be like, and gives a knowing look to Yvonne.
Yeah.
Much agreed, and I should also check in with my aunt.
Sophia, I'd like to put you into a different outfit. I think that one is probably soaked through. Do you want to come up to my room real quick and we'll just change while he's finishing eating?
She kind of looks down at herself and then gets really embarrassed and starts to try and fix her clothing. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You've been through a lot. It's just up the hall. You know where it is. Come on. We'll get you all fixed up.
Okay. And she allows Lilith to lead her.
I have a nice blue cotton, which I think will be just, honestly, it will probably fit you perfectly. And she's just going to continue this conversation up until she gets to her bedroom and gets Sophia probably halfway undressed with the door closed, and then is like, so what did you give?
What?
You gave something. What did you give? What did you sacrifice to gain this? I've already talked with Yvonne, and she told me a little bit of your conversation earlier, but you did take matters into your own hands.
I've never had anything. I didn't.
But you've had yourself, Sophia. What did you give of yourself to gain blood back?
She kind of looks down at herself.
Are there any marks or anything on Sophia that Lilith would see potentially? She's trying to give Sophia kind of like a wellness check. She's helping her into this dress and into something clean.
No, there's no markings or anything.
You do notice that she gets very uncomfortable with being touched. Like she's shying her body away.
Would you prefer to do this alone? I can let you do it. That's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Thank you. Thank you. She'll carefully put on the clothes that don't belong to her, and she fits them around herself as best she can, and she is once again swallowed whole by someone else's clothing.
I think Lilith's slightly closer to your size, but I'm certain that it's not tailored for you, so.
I I don't know what happened.
You don't remember what went on once you got to the lot? Tell me the last thing you remember.
I remember being at lunch with Yvonne.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back to the lot, and she had to go. Someone needed her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt really sorry. I felt really sorry. And then I don't know, I think I walked.
You don't remember going back to costuming and writing a letter for Yvonne?
I think that's why I was sorry.
Sorry because you wrote it, or sorry because you meant it?
I was just sorry. Yvonne's a really good person, and I was just sorry that I guess I thought I was going to hurt her.
You're a good person too, Sophia.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if you're a good person, or you don't know if you agree with me.
I just don't know.
That's okay.
I would like to get back to Howard now.
I'm certain that he's doing fine. Yvonne and Kingston went to go get some additional food. Seems like he's a little malnourished.
He always had a really big appetite.
Yeah? What was his favorite food?
There was this lovely woman who lived not far from us. She was always so kind.
Mm-hmm.
We could go there sometimes. And everything she made, it always smelled so bright and alive and wonderful. I don't remember the names of any of it, but anything she made was Howard's favorite.
Do you have any of her recipes?
No.
I'm guessing that was a long time ago.
Yeah, she left a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He really enjoys some Mexican foods, spices, rich.
I'm certain that we have some spices that I can go ahead and add to the ingredients that Yvonne and Kingston are bringing back.
Okay.
Well, we'll make something a little special. How about that? You want to help me with it?
I would like that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We can set Howard at the end of the dining room table in the kitchen, and you can sit kind of in between the two of us, and you can help me put together something. I'll go ahead and I think some cookies or something might be good. What do you think?
She'll reach and just look wide-eyed. You're very kind, too.
Don't tell me things you don't believe in yourself.
I do believe that.
Good. So quit feeling sorry.
I'll try.
And I'll reopen the door and I'll take her soiled dress to probably the laundry space that we have in our kitchen and kind of just let it soak. I'll go to my parents' bedroom before I go downstairs and pull out a pair of like slacks and a shirt from my dad. And I'll hand them over to Sophia. Get him into these. So I'm fairly certain that the clothes that he's been in probably need to be changed. And I'll get started in the kitchen and you guys just move over to the table when you're ready, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
And if you remember anything else, you just let me know, okay? We'll figure it out.
Okay, Lilith.
Are you actually going to tell me or leave me a letter?
I'm not going anywhere.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it.
She goes and she collects Howard to go get him changed.
So, have Kingston and Yvonne already left, or are you waiting for someone else to come and sit with Howard before you leave?
I personally was kind of aiming for when it seemed like they were coming back, we'd dip out.
Okay.
I don't think leaving Howard alone makes sense.
No. So you see Sophia coming back down the hallway, and she's carrying a set of men's clothes, it looks like. Howard has eaten everything that he can get his hands on, but he hasn't spoken a word while Sophia and Lilith have been gone. He's kept his eyes in the direction that Sophia went in and has not looked anywhere else.
Okay. Well, if they're back, I think that's our cue.
Nod and head out with him.
We're off to get you more food, Howard. As she backs out of the door and closes it behind her.
And they disappear out the door. Sophia, you go to Howard. He looks up at you and his hand grabs onto yours. You left.
It was just for a moment. I'm back. We're gonna get you into something a little bit more comfortable, okay?
Okay. Yes. And he looks down as if he's realizing the state of his clothes for the first time. Paint splatter on his trousers, the sweat that soaked him through. Like you could see his chest through his undershirt. He's so drenched. And you can help him change clothes, get into a more normal state of things. He doesn't say a word, just clutches onto you the whole time. You bring him back out to the table and help him sit down, and you see there's an envelope on the table with your name on it.
She will take the letter and sit so she's looking at Howard and slowly go to open it.
You open the letter, and what does it say, Bunny?
Sophia, I forgive you for breaking your promise, but please don't make a habit of breaking them. You should know that it's a gift getting to know you too, for you being my friend. I don't think even whatever powers are in play here could make me forget you. I'm glad you found your brother and that you didn't fail in your task, but there would be pain. If the reeds were lost, there would be pain. I'd feel pain. I'd mourn you. Sophia Evelyn Reed. I would mourn you and I would remember you. Even if it's just grieving the feeling of a dear friend, I would notice you were gone even if my memories were gone too. I look forward to showing you more kindness. You deserve kindness too, Yvonne.
She'll fold the letter back up and she'll tuck it into her shirt close to her heart and just reach out and hold on to Howard's hand. A small smile creeping onto her face.
So we'll leave Sophia, Howard, and Lilith there for the moment and have a look in on Yvonne and Kingston. Are you both going in the car, or are you taking your bicycle, Kingston?
I'm sticking the bicycle in the back of the car easily, and just on the off chance, I stay with my aunt.
Sure. Like, I was going to let Kingston leave separately. We'll just meet you at each destination. Goodbye.
Well, there's the question of appearances, which is why I'm asking, because of the time. Seeing a black man with a white woman in the same car, and he's not driving it. That's something you would be thinking about. But it's okay fair. It's okay if you're still going that way. Just making sure that you're aware of what the thoughts of the characters would be at the time. So I'm
a little bit of a rebel of the times, and I would absolutely let Kingston sit in my passenger seat while I drive, if he agrees to.
I'm probably staying low in the seat, but yes.
So you drive off to, are you headed to Kit's first? Is that where you're going?
It's late enough in the day that I'm a little worried about shops closing.
Okay.
So I feel like maybe we take care of the only errand that has a set close time and duration.
Okay.
Because who knows what we'll find after the store.
True.
So we'll grab cold cuts and we'll grab sandwich fixins and things that don't require heating up the whole kitchen as quickly as we can. I'm happy to run into the store myself if that makes things easier.
Yeah, I'll stay outside the car.
That's real. But I will make a hurried but not running trip through the store like a woman on a mission. And meet Kingston back at the car so we can go to Kit next.
Okay. You pick up the things that you need. It's not too terribly hard to do so. And you quickly make your way back to the car with a bag in tow of everything you need. And you head off to Kit's apartment. You make your way into a part of town it's not the best part of town. Kit can't really afford a whole lot on a PA's salary, and he's made his choice of having his own place. He doesn't like living with other people if he can avoid it. So he lives in a house with other people, but he rents his own room. And so it's not the best part of town that you're driving into, but that's not necessarily a bad thing at the moment. And you find the address. Have you been there before, Yvonne? Or do you just have the address?
I've been there before.
So you make your way up to the door and you knock. It is later in the evening at this point. It's about 8 o'clock by the time you finish your errand, get over here. And the door opens and an elderly woman answers. She's stout and kind of pleasant looking, white woman with her hair pulled back in a bun, wearing an apron over a floral print dress that is perfectly neat and respectable, but isn't the most current with the times, let's say. And she peers up at you and says, Miss, what name would you use with Kit's landlady? Would you be Miss St. Cyr or would you be Miss Joy?
Joy.
Okay. Miss Joy. And friend? Are you...
Nope, I'm still with the car.
You're still at the car? Okay. So, are you here to see Mr. Dubois?
Yes, absolutely. He didn't come by work today, and I just wanted to check in on him.
I haven't seen him today. He might... Maybe if he's not feeling well, he's still up in his room, but I haven't seen him. If you want to step in for a moment, you're welcome to while I go knock on his door.
Yes, please.
So she gestures for you to step in, and this is a 2-story house with an attic, and you know that Kit rents out the attic, essentially, to give him his own space. So she goes up very slowly up these stairs, and it reminds you of Dolores' landlady. Like that thought just kind of bursts into your head from a little while ago when you were watching her or waiting for her to go and check on Dolores for you. And that's perhaps a slightly unsettling thought, just that connection that your brain makes. And then you watch she goes up the second flight of stairs towards the attic, and people are not really moving around. It's evening, so the other tenants of the home are in their own rooms, leaving you just standing there. And you hear up in the distance, there's a knock. And, Mr. Dubois? Mr. Dubois? And she comes slowly back down the stairs, furrowed brow. He's not answering. I don't think he's in there.
Oh. Would you tell him that I've come by if you see him again? I'm so sorry for bothering you so late.
Yes, of course. Yes, I do hope he's all right. Maybe he's just sleeping very deeply. Maybe he took something to help with a migraine or something of the sort. I'll have him. I'll have him find you when he wakes up if he's here. And she does have this look of concern on her face. He's a good boy.
He absolutely is. Thank you so much for your time and for letting him know that we were looking for him. I'm sure he'll be fine. Thank you. Good night. And she'll take her leave to go rejoin Kingston. Furrowed brow.
When she comes back to the car and tells me about the situation, I pull the stones out again and begin to rattle them and ask the question, is Kit here at this location? Yes or no? And throw them.
All black.
He's not here. He's somewhere else.
Can you... Oh, I don't want to say this. Is he at Avalon Studios, do you think?
I scoop them up, shake them again, and ask, is he at Avalon Studios? And throw.
2 white, 2 black.
No, he's somewhere else.
Considering some of the things in Howard, I don't know, I had to ask. There's so much of Avalon that people don't see.
Well, we just found out an entirely new area that we didn't know about in the... How long have we worked there? How many productions have we been involved with?
Yeah.
I mean, just from what I saw, there's probably stuff that I could have used in any number of productions, and I didn't know to go look there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say, I think we should start heading towards my my place. When we get to the edge, and then I'm going to get out and have you go back with the food, and I will meet you back there later.
Okay.
There are some things that we can throw to the wind, but I think we don't want to have you driving into my neighborhood just for general safety.
Understand. I'll let you go your way, but please understand if I get antsy if you don't come back tonight.
I understand. Besides, I got some more bags I need to make, and I think I left most of the supplies at Lilith's place.
I will drive Kingston to the edge of his neighborhood and then help him unload his bicycle.
I'll see you in a few hours, and besides, figure they're hungry, so I'll be in touch.
Sounds good. I will not be driving straight back to the Saint Cyr house, though, when we part ways.
Okay, so we'll come back to you shortly. So, Kingston, you hop on your bike and make your way home. It's a comforting feeling to come home at the end of the day, even with everything that's been going on, with all the questions swirling around in your brain. This is a safe place. Or is it?
I will quietly and cautiously enter.
You enter, and your mother is bustling about in the kitchen, doing dishes, putting things away. She looks up as you come in. Kingston, you're back. Early.
Yeah, we let out a little early. I needed to change some things, but I still need to go back and deal with some more stuff. So took a little break.
It's a long way to come for a break, but it's good to see you. Louise isn't home yet. She's got some exam coming up in the next couple of days, so she said she'd be out late studying.
Okay, well, I trust her, and if not, I know Paca will also watch out for her.
Yes, she'll be fine. I'm not worried about her.
How is Aunt Marcia doing?
Her brow furrows a bit. She's still very tired, but she came out and ate something today, and made a little snarky comment. That's a start.
Yep, that's a good sign. But I think I need to talk to her before I leave again.
She sighs, and there's a clatter of dishes as she finishes drying the plate in her hand and sets it down on top of a pile. And I know you don't want to burden me with everything that's going on. I completely understand, but I do worry about you.
I think that you would have it any other way, as I know someone else's mother is very worried about them too.
Oh, that's a mother's job, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, here is this week's payment for the bills and such from work.
She takes it. You're a good provider, I
try. And I want to do everything possible to make sure that we're all provided for as much as I can, but there's also the question of how much risk does it take?
You know, Louise wouldn't be able to do her studies if it weren't for you and the help that you provide. You do a lot for this family and this community, Kingston, and we appreciate you and your work very much.
I know, and that's sometimes why it's hard with some of the choices to be made. You know how many choices were made back in Orleans and with Dad as well.
She nods soberly. Yes, I know. But I trust you to make the right decisions, Kingston.
I'm going to do everything possible not to disappear like he did.
If you do, I'll come after you. She waves a ladle at you.
Oh, I'm sure Yamanya would more than send the oceans after me as well. If you made that request.
And not just that. She smiles a little.
Of course. And I will brace her and kiss her on her forehead.
She gives you a hug, and you feel this comforting presence from your mother. She's always been a stabilizing influence for you. She, even when things went wrong in New Orleans, even when your father disappeared, even when all of those things happened, she was a rock. And you've held on to that sense of stability from her your entire life. And she pats you on the shoulder and then clutches you close. We'll be all right, Kingston. We'll be all right.
Nod. And kiss her on the forehead one more time before I step out and head towards Aunt Marsha's room.
I'll leave some dinner out for you if you want it.
Thank you.
And you go to Aunt Marsha's room.
And I gently knock at her door.
You hear a slightly irritable, "Who is it?"
It's Kingston.
"Oh. Well, come in, hurry up. Don't just stand there."
I will enter and close the door. How are you feeling?
Rather like I got run over by a train, and then the train came rolling backwards in the other direction and hit me again.
Yeah, well, I think Sophia's feeling that same way too, right now. Her brother has appeared.
There is a long pause. What?
Her brother's appeared. Some things have definitely been happening since I brought you back after that night.
So the one who was missing has been found.
Yes.
Do you know how he was found, where he was found?
At that point, I will sit down and I will share the events of this evening, but not the portion about Mr. Brewer just yet.
Okay. She strokes her chin, leans back in her bed. She's still sitting in her bed. She's still very tired. She runs her fingers through her hair. Too many strange things happening.
Yeah, I especially find out in a section of the studio that I never knew existed. It was clearly somehow obscured from us.
Clearly. Like the memories of Howard.
Mm-hmm. But there's more.
Oh, of course there is.
There always is. I think you remember I told you about the visit from Mr. Brewer coming?
The producer.
Yeah. Somehow he is tied to this power because he spoke with each one of us and made offers to each one of us.
She tilts her head and she looks at you and her eyes narrow. What did he offer you, Kingston?
I will pass her the papers. She's probably one of the only people who have known what was going in my journals.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would have talked the stories to try and work out some of the details.
She takes it. She looks at it. She starts looking through these 5 pages or so. The detail, the thematic imagery, it's so right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you write this?
No. Because the only place that is written, even close to that, is in my journals. And specifically that stuff would have been here.
How does he know?
Only other thing I can think about, the only place... Oh. The old stories. The one place we don't have always our protections, even though we try to, is in our dreams.
Do you think it was him in your vision?
More than at this point, I'm more than likely than it was the other Orishas.
He's been in your dreams. And there's only so much protection I can give you there.
Not so much protection that any of us can give.
This is not good, Kingston.
No, it isn't.
What did he ask of you in return?
It's not so much if he would ask in return of what he was offering. Uplift. For everyone, especially for Louise.
Louise.
Yeah.
I think I need to make her a new bag.
Yeah. In return, I want all that I can do. My true heart and soul into, I'll gesture towards the paper. I'm sure the new production that has been dangled in front of the others is part of it. The Bride of the King in Yellow.
King in Yellow. I think perhaps some research needs to be done.
Yeah, but I've also been part of my distraction of the day is just sort of mulling over the stories you've told me. And the closest one I can think of is the one with the King's Wish and Oya. And I just sort of feel these other parts. Maybe even Oya's giving me these parts. I hope it's not him. But the king who wanted his enemies removed and went to her. And she asked him, "Did you really want to do this?" And he said, "Yes, remove my enemies." Very well. She killed his enemies and then began killing the populace. After she'd killed maybe about half, he managed to finally get her attention and ask her, "Why? I only asked you to take out my enemies." And she said, "Don't you see, my king? They're all your enemies. There's no decision you can't make that at some point in the future would turn them into your enemies." And at which point she killed the rest of the population. Now, you're the king, without any question, without any problems, without any enemies, and left him in his ruin. I've always taken it as a leadership rule, but there may be so much more.
I'm not strong enough right now to do a reading or to cast the bones. I need a little more time to recover, but I will do what I can when I can. She shakes her head. Can't get that sign out of my mind.
Well, if I can ask one other question, even though you were examining the bracelet. Did you find anything?
Yes. It's Papa's colors, but it's not his. There's something twisted in it. And perhaps it has to do with this offering with the trickster.
But it seems like it was connected to Miss St. Cyr.
Has she been offered anything?
Yes. A role, a starring role, as the Bride of the King in Yellow.
That would be it.
It also came with a mask.
She didn't put it on, did she?
Not as far as I know. She might have picked it up, but she has not put it on.
Good. And she puts on a glove and pulls out the bracelet. I tried to burn it. It didn't burn.
Of course it wouldn't.
And we'll leave Kingston there for the moment, getting ready to head back after his conversation with Aunt Marcia. Yvonne, you were supposed to be heading home. You did not. Where did you go?
I did not. I went back to my place first because I haven't been there lately. I just want to check if I have any mail or anybody stopped by or any messages from me, things like that. Just a quick check-in, make sure everything's fine back with my landlady.
Mm-hmm. There is a letter from Dolores.
Fantastic. Anything else of note, or just the letter from Dolores?
Just a letter from Dolores. There's a few flyers and things for local businesses that have been slipped through the door, and a bill reminder, but that's it other than the letter from Dolores.
Okay. I will swap out the bag of clothing in my car for some new clothes, since I've been staying at the St. Cyr house for a few days and probably will for a few more. And then I will wait until I'm back in the car to read the letter from Dolores. But once I'm in my car, nobody around to catch me, I'm gonna open that bad boy up.
You open up the letter, and it just says, Dear Yvonne, haven't seen you around in some time. Was rather hoping we could have a drink or two, discuss how our lives have been, which is a phrase you both have used in letters before. It's been quieter around without you. The spark is not as strong. Things are well. No more dreams. Hope you'll be happy to hear that. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. I do owe you a drink after all. Dolores.
A huge sigh of relief as Yvonne's shoulders settle and her jaw unclenches. Okay, she's not having dreams anymore. She's doing all right. Understandably concerned. Missing me? But all right. I'll have to apologize. But no more dreams. Okay. I will head back to the St. Cyr house. Just incredibly relieved that there's nothing dire in this letter. And I've heard from Dolores at all. It's not radio silence. And then I'll figure out the best time to sneak out to go to the Sunset Strip another time. But I have a bunch of food and cheese and things in my car that should get back to the house.
Yeah, you don't want to leave those sitting in your car on a warm June night. That wouldn't go super well.
I figure running to get mail is quick enough, but going and hitting Peaches for an hour or more is probably a bad idea. So I'll go back to the St. Cyr house, where I'm sure there'll be lots of questions about what took me so long, but this was worth the detour.
Absolutely. So Yvonne makes it back to your home, Lilith, sans Kingston, but she comes bearing gifts of cold cuts, cheese, and other foods. Howard has not said a word this entire time, unless you've spoken to him directly, Sophia.
I think she's just been letting him settle. And then if at any point it was appropriate, she probably would have moved him over to like a sofa and had him lay his head in her lap just to maybe sleep a little bit.
He falls asleep quickly. He relaxes almost as soon as he lays down with his head in your lap. The tension goes out of his body and he just passes out.
You can rest now. I'm here.
And a short time later, Yvonne returns.
Without Kingston?
Without Kingston.
I thought that I sent both of you out together. And I just kind of look back at the couch for very good reason.
Understandably so. But, well, I did convince him to get in my car and ride with me and wait outside the car while I shopped. Driving into his neighborhood at night and just sitting in my car looking like I do, waiting for him, or going into his house. Neither seemed like a great option. But going into his neighborhood and just hanging out was a bad enough idea that I agreed to let him go on his bicycle and that he would meet me back here later. He's with his aunt and his mother and all sorts of people who are very capable, but he also left his supplies for the things he's working on here. So he can't not come back here tonight, as long as that's something that he's capable of doing on his own. He also has agreed that he understands that I will get very antsy and maybe check in should he not come back tonight. Perceptions kind of be damned at that point. So there's some contingencies. But
that explains why Kingston isn't here, but I know that shopping down at the little corner mart does not take that long.
Listen, I haven't been home in days. I swung by my place very quickly.
Mm-hmm. And let me guess, there was something waiting for you? Conveniently available?
I mean, my mail. And it was all normal mail.
Oh.
Flyers for businesses, bills, the usual mail.
Yvonne, you're not giving me eye contact. You do this every time you have a good hand in poker, and I love you, but you need to start giving eye contact even when you have a good or bad hand.
I think one of my favorite things is that Yvonne's actually a very good liar. She just pretends to suck. I'm going to look you dead in the eye and tell you to your face, full eye contact, everything is fine.
Is it now? I'm so glad to hear it. You and I could talk about that later if it's something that you want to have to yourself. That's fine. Sophia doesn't remember leaving you a letter. Remembers going to the lot earlier that day and lunch, and that's it. She's missing at least 4 hours.
Wait, she remembers going to Lot E, but not after that?
Going to the trailer to help you, and then she said that you had to be somewhere and doesn't remember anything past that point.
Oh, applesauce. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
As far as I can tell, she was not physically harmed. And I am guessing that both of you ate the same thing at the cafeteria?
I mean, we just grabbed some sandwiches and hard-boiled eggs and things from the lunch
so
cart.
Not something that she ingested.
No.
Okay.
No, we just swung by Betty to grab some food on the go that we could take.
Mm-hmm.
Very normal stuff that both of us ate and also everyone ate.
Yes, but I am concerned with she remembers having a meeting with Mr. Brewer, but doesn't remember anything about that conversation.
Yeah. That is concerning. And there has been no small amount of people having memory issues around conversations with certain people. So, of course, that is a problem. I'm not trying to discount any of that. I just, it's interesting that nobody, except for the person she had a meeting with, that she doesn't remember the conversations that took place, remembered Howard. And now she doesn't remember talking to the only person who remembered him, and now she has Howard back.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be helpful, but I don't really know what to do here other than keeping an eye on them and feeding them and not wandering off too much.
Too much? So you do plan on wandering off?
I figure I wandered off already, and you would count that against me if I said that I wasn't going to wander off at all. So I think that this is no matter what I do, you're not going to be happy with what I say kind of a moment. So,
I mean, given the circumstance of everything that's gone on in the last week and a half, Would you expect my response to be anything less?
No.
Okay. So you'll tell me who and where you plan to go. So if anything happens, I can remember you.
I want to check in on my friend who the tall yellow man broke into the bedroom of at some point.
Dolores?
Yes. I want to check on Dolores.
I appreciate you telling me.
I wasn't going to keep that a secret from you. You would have known. We don't talk about Dolores much, but you would have known I was checking in on her. For somebody who nearly raised you, you're sure acting like my mother right now, Lilith.
Well, neither one of our mothers are here, so somebody has to step in.
Nifty.
Also, you trained me well.
God, I did. Okay. Well, monster of my own creation, when I get to leave the gilded cage we made together, I would like to check on my friend.
That's fine. You have your own wings. You are your own woman. You have your own car. I'm not your mother. All I'm asking is that you simply tell me of these things because I can't think of Kit right now.
His place was the other stop we made, but you already knew that's what we were doing in addition to shopping. And he wasn't home. His landlady said, I heard her knock. I heard her try. That she said maybe he had taken something for migraine or taken something to sleep if he wasn't feeling well, since he also wasn't at work today. But Kingston checked. Kingston asked his stones, and he's not at home, and he's not at Avalon Studios. He's somewhere else.
Yvonne, I need you to stop.
Stop what?
I can't consider the possibilities of that right now. I think I need to be present here for Sophia and Howard.
Okay. You do what you need to do.
There's been a lot going on, and things are just ramping up. And I'm wondering why. What is it ramping up towards? And I'm going to guess that when Kit reemerges, that we will need to be prepared to deal with that when it comes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, they are taken care of. I'll go make more sandwiches. You relax. You've been driving around and running errands and lots of other things, and I am certain that you also need to take a mental break.
I'm still... I still think that I need company going to Lot E again tomorrow. And I know you don't want to think about other things that aren't right here, right now. But there was something seriously weird about that book I found.
And you were meant to find it.
And I was meant to find it.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like this.
I'm certain that we can go explore it tomorrow if needed.
Okay.
But also, another possibility you need to consider is that it will find you.
I like that less.
Well, looks to Howard, sitting in Sophia's lap, looks back to Yvonne. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. So I guess the question is on whether or not we plan to face it together or alone.
Fair. Okay, so Officer Lilith, I'm going to break out of this hooscow and go check in on my friend real quick. I will be back. I promise. Unless you need me here.
Do you want to take some cookies with you? I made oatmeal raisin.
I would like to take her some cookies. Thank you.
Okay, I'll put together a tin. And I'll go back into the kitchen and prep a little tin and hand it off to Yvonne and just kind of give her hand a little squeeze before she wanders off as I continue watching Sophia and Howard.
All right. So, Yvonne, with now someone else knowing where you're going, which is a good thing, perhaps, you get back in your car with a plate of oatmeal cookies and head down to Peaches. The nightlife is lively at this point. It's just picking up. You see couples out and about, people walking on their own. You see couples you know are couples who are walking at various distances from each other so that they are not seen together until they get into the various locations where they are heading. And you find yourself at Peaches. You walk in the door and you see Carol behind the bar wearing high-waisted trousers and a white shirt with a tie that she really enjoys wearing on certain occasions. Her hair slicked back, and she looks up at you, and she breaks into this wide smile. Yvonne, where have you been?
There's been a lot happening. It's aces to see you, though.
Starting to worry that you got all caught up in your fancy new job and forgot about all of us little people.
Trust me, you've all been on my mind quite a lot.
Good to hear, good to hear. She starts mixing you a drink, your usual, when you come in. It's not as busy in here as it is on the weekends, for example. It's a little bit quieter for a Tuesday night. But she slides over your drink as you come up to the bar and says, a certain someone's been coming in every night waiting for you. Every night. I'm not one to gossip, but it's interesting, don't you think?
It is. It is interesting. It is pretty nifty. Is that certain someone around anywhere?
And Carol gestures with a washcloth that she's holding as she wipes down the bar towards a booth in the back corner.
Oh, thank goodness. Thanks, Carol.
She winks at you like this big, salacious wink.
I'll wink back, and I'm going to make my way over to that booth.
You head over to the booth, and you see the back of what you know is Dolores's head. She's got her hair piled up in this beautiful coif, and it looks like she's stirring a drink absent-mindedly, and then you come up to her.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm pretty new here. Do you come to this juice joint often?
And there's just a startled sort of movement. She turns, and she looks at you, and she looks like she's about to say something, then she pauses. She slowly stirs the drink, says, well, I could give you a few pointers. Pretty interesting place to be if you're new in town. Need someone to show you around? And her finger just sort of gently touches the rim of the cocktail glass.
Oh, somebody to show me around would be awful nifty. If you wouldn't mind, please.
Well, seeing as you're so new here, let me buy you a drink.
Oh gosh, you seem swell, thanks.
I think I can guess what kind of drink you'd like. I just have a knack for knowing such things.
I'd love to see your best guess.
And she goes up to the bar and orders your exact drink for you that she's ordered for you before. Brings it back, says, how'd I do?
I'm as keen on this guess as I am on the view of you walking away and back.
Oh. Well, I'm told I do make quite an exit.
I imagine you also make quite the entrance.
I've been told so once or twice.
So, I'm sorry I didn't come here sooner, she says in a more somber tone, dropping the flirting just slightly.
I've been a little worried. I haven't heard anything from you. You didn't respond to my letter, and I haven't seen you in here in some time.
Things have been interesting at work, and slipping off to this joint hasn't been easy. I have a lot of eyes on me lately. I've been God, I want to give you the lowdown so bad. Our sort of biggest investor came by today, and it's been very weird, and we've all been rushing and preparing. Our producer is quite the intense man, and so him coming around and poking into all of our departments and making sure everything is right and, doing producer things has been a lot of work for us to set up for.
I know a little something about intense men, believe me.
With your work, I imagine you do. It's very rare to see him on set, though. We don't usually get a visit from him. It was actually our first time, a lot of us, meeting him in person. Seems nice enough, but in the too nice, want something kind of way.
Darling, that's just men in general.
But I mean more than that. I mean somehow more than that.
She looks at you for a moment. Then she reaches over and gently touches your hand if you let her.
I let her.
Are you okay?
I'm not. I don't want to lie to you, but I don't want to worry you. Something weird is going on, and I don't know if me and my coworkers are safe or not. But I also don't know who I'd even tell. I don't know what I'd do about that other than just keeping an eye on all of them. And so we're all huddled up at my cousin's, and we have been having a prolonged slumber party for safety, which is why I didn't get your letter until today.
I see.
I'm sorry for making you wait, and I'm sorry for not being home when I said you could reach out whenever. But things got especially weird, and my cousin was in the hospital for a couple days, and...
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but... She gently rubs the back of your hand. I worry about you.
Oh, that's a balm for the soul. Thank you. I've been thinking about you a lot. It's hard not knowing how or when to come here discreetly, where people won't be worried that something happened to me, especially with so many people actually paying attention to me now.
Well, if you need to be with someone, but you want to be away from a large group for a little while, I know a place.
That does sound nice. I wouldn't mind slipping away from the crowd for a bit.
And she clasps onto your hand, and she leans her forehead in against yours and says, "Can't think of anything I'd rather do. Or anyone." And she winks. And that is where we will end this episode. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for joining us in the darkness, but with some moments of light. And we'll see what happens next time. Thank you, and good night.